This is LOA Recon with Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma, where we explore the ins and outs of conscious creation to manifest our favorite dreams come true. Let's have some fun together. Welcome and thank you for joining me for another episode. I've been having a lot of fun with a new feature at Good Vibe University where members can submit a vibe ticket on whatever manifesting issue they're having. It's like tech support for conscious creation. You're having an issue? Fill out a form and someone will get back to you who can help you solve it. That someone is me. It is big joy for me to be doing this. Because isn't it nice when there's something that you're stumped with? Like you've tried everything and it's not budging. This thing won't work. The instructions don't help. Google doesn't know. And we're just stuck with something. Isn't it the best thing ever when someone can help? And it's so easy for them. Like they know exactly what it needs because they've been answering this question dozens of times every day for however long they've been on the job. They know. It's so cool when we reach out to tech support and ta-da, they know exactly what's called for and they'll walk us through it. It is such a relief when we can stop banging our head against the desk. Instead, someone says, "Oh, yeah, I see the issue. Here's what you do." Oh my, in fact, this happened with me the other day when, I had a big issue not being able to access an account that I needed access to. For some reason, my login stopped working one day, and there wasn't any, forgot your password sort of reset feature. I got to admit, I got a little panicked because this account is a big deal in my world, and nothing that I tried worked. I had no clue. Reddit didn't know. Google had nothing. Even AI was no help. Other than that, it gave me a link to where I could submit a tech ticket saying, "Help." So I did that, and they called me soon enough and explained what went wrong and how to fix it. And it was such a relief. I was so grateful. I was 5-starring and thanking them with exclamation points all over the place. It turned out, as it often does, that it was a super easy fix. Once the tech expert was on the job, I just needed to put a 1 on my phone number because an international code was required in order for something or other. Anyway, it was an easy fix once they let me in to go do it. But it was so cool to have someone to turn to when I ran out of ideas and nothing was working. Okay, that's what I wanted GVU members to have, because it's so cool when someone else knows an easy fix for a problem that seemed gigantic to someone else. And look, it isn't that I know manifesting secrets that no one else knows. It's just because when we're in the thick of a problem and we're feeling no progress, our vibration hides the easy answers from us. We're not in alignment with solutions when we're all problemed up on something. That's where the tech ticket comes in, because someone else's confidence, their expertise, their experience, a lot of times that can open doors for us that we weren't opening by ourselves. All right, here's why I'm telling you about this. I've been having so much fun answering Vibe tech tickets for members this month, and already I see what the question is that I'm going to answer a dozen times every day. Okay, I don't get that many tickets in one day. I wish I did because I think it's a blast. But there is one answer that applies to the majority of cases submitted. Do you want to guess what that is? It's actually something I ran into many years ago when I was talking with conscious creators who didn't have a coach, but they were taking advantage of a chance to run their big questions by me. Sometimes, I was doing it at a conference or it was in an interview for someone else's audience. Sometimes it happened when I was training other manifesting coaches. That's how easy it is for this to happen. Here's what I heard time and time again. This person would explain what was wrong. They're on the apps looking for romance, but none of these people are anyone I'm interested in. Or I wanted to lose weight and was doing great for a couple weeks, but then it just stopped and I'm flatlined. Or I need a new job and I can't get an interview to save my life. Whatever. The circumstances varied, but the cause, the issue, was often the same. You know what I just realized? This reminds me of when I was manning the help desk for the Utah State Extension Master Gardeners. It was one of the requirements for obtaining your Master Gardener certification. You had to work the help desk for, so many days and volunteer in the gardens. And I'm not going to lie, I was intimidated to be fielding questions from fellow gardeners across the state because I barely knew anything. I mean, I had the same questions they did. Someone would call or email with a big question. I'd be like, man, that is a really good one. I've wondered the same thing. And I'd just have to put them on hold and ask the real master gardener sitting next to me. And they knew this stuff like the back of their hand. They'd answered all these questions a bazillion times. They were so smart. I was so impressed with them. Man, it's fun when someone knows their craft this well. And when it comes to manifesting, I know this craft so well. You can put me on that help desk. This stuff I know. Okay, anyway, here's how it went a lot of the time. Someone would say what the problem was, and I would ask, just so I had a full picture of their situation, just to make sure I wasn't going to suggest something they'd already tried. I would say, okay, and what are you doing to align to your desire? And there would be silence, crickets, because they didn't know. They didn't have that answer. It hadn't occurred to them. What were they doing to align? Oh, actually, they weren't doing anything. They were just like, they wanted it. They took some action, but nothing was happening. They forgot to check in on the vibration. So when their muggle routines weren't panning out, they were just like stumped. What's wrong? Why isn't this working? Okay, and that's not true for everyone. There are plenty of people who do have an answer to the question, what am I doing to align to it? They can say, oh, actually I'm visualizing, or I've got a mantra or a script, or I'm appreciating, or whatever. But you'd be surprised how many. I'm talking the majority. Shoot, I've done this too. I know the routine. I've been the one going, why isn't anything happening? And then realizing, oh, I haven't been practicing the vibration. I'm not familiar with my desired end result. I'm more familiar with the contrast than I am what I want. Let me get my vibrational powers in gear. Because once we start sprinkling some vibration management over the party, then things start moving. I'm telling you this so that you can be the person who knows that this is the first thing to check for when you're feeling stuck on a manifesting project. You'll know to look for. What's my alignment practice? And is it actually working? What am I doing to feel better? I know it's easy to forget. Y'all, it's not called the leading edge for nothing. We're creating a new way of engaging life here. We're the ones in front, changing the traditional, conventional approach to life and reality. So the next time you're wondering where your manifestation is, just ask yourself this question. What am I doing to align to it? Having a good answer there is going to solve the vast majority of tech tickets, it turns out. Use your powers. Engage your magic. Because we don't expect the food to arrive if we haven't ordered it yet, right? We don't expect the movie to play if we haven't turned on the TV and queued it up. There's a process involved. And when it comes to manifesting what we want, universe is going to do the heavy lifting on our behalf. It's going to do most of the work, but not until we find that aligned vibrational instruction first, which just means finding some way to feel now how we would feel then. Or if all you were shooting for is find a way to feel better, that's all. And there are so many ways for us to do that, so many ways. Let's just do a quick review while we're here to remember how easy it is. Finding a way to feel now how we would feel then could be as simple as finding a way to feel better in general. We don't have to practice the specifics of our desired end result. We could just shoot for how to be happier today, how to feel more appreciative, how to feel more relief. That's legit. Just do more enjoyable stuff. Do less unpleasant stuff. Eliminate some tolerations. Think nicer thoughts. Have more downtime or some uptime, whatever feels better. That's a legit way to become a better match to what you want. Or we could be more specific in our alignment practice. We could practice feeling now how we would feel then by... I've got 4 major ones that I turn to. The first one is recalling a time when I've felt that way before, or when I've manifested something like this before. So say I wanted to manifest financial abundance, and to me that would feel like freedom. Okay, so if the vibration of freedom is what I'm aiming for, I could activate that by recalling a time from my past when I felt that way. When I was in my 3rd year of college and I realized that if I went to school a 4th year instead of finishing my degree in the 3rd year, I was going to make money to keep going to school. There were so many scholarships and grants coming my way by then. 1, because I was a good student, but 2, because I came from an impoverished background. So, I was a really great recipient for grants. Anyway, I realized I would have made money that 4th year. I did graduate in the 3rd year, so I didn't go to the 4th year, but man, that was a cool thing to realize. And see, just like that, just remembering that, drawing from my past to feel the feeling of plenty of money. Even though I never actually experienced it, it was just hypothetical because I didn't actually do it. It still works for me. That memory takes me to a really good place of financial freedom. But it doesn't even have to be a memory of freedom that's related to money. It could be like, oh, the first time I got my own apartment. Oh, I liked that. No roommates, no parents, no boyfriend, just me and my own rules. I could feed whatever stray cats I wanted. I could stay up as late as I wanted. I could eat whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I could come and go as I wanted. Whew, it was complete freedom. Oh, I loved it. Do you feel it? Could you feel that as I was describing it? See how easy it is and fun to go there? Oh, memories. Man, it is such a great bank of assets to have on hand for activating whatever vibration comes in handy for your current manifesting project. But here's another way to get there, because we don't always have a handy memory for it. We can draft off someone else's experience of it. You know how easy it is to be sad when you're watching a movie and the dog's in trouble? It's not our dog. It's not our story. It's not even real. But just listening to or watching someone else's experience of it, it can feel like it was happening to us. All right, we can use that to our advantage. Just eavesdrop on someone else who seems to be having what you want to get a whiff of. Like if we were doing this for financial freedom, oh my word, just the other day I listened to Abraham tell a story of Esther Hicks, who, you know what, one day she found a house that was on the market that she liked so much she decided she was going to buy it. I mean, that girl's probably got plenty of houses already, but here's another one that she thinks she would like to be the owner of. So she's going through the process to buy it. She's getting all the paperwork lined up. She's having the inspections done, getting her move-in date all settled. And then something went a little hinky in the deal, and she lost her joy for this, and she just walked away like it was nothing. Like she didn't even care about that house anymore. She was not attached to being the owner of it. That's freedom. Oh man, I like that story. You know, we can find these drafting opportunities all around us. People are having what we want in the movies. We can find it happening in someone's biography. It's happening in the songs that we listen to. I mean, it's everywhere. And we can draft off of that. It's a legit way to change your vibrational instruction to universe. Or you can imagine it. This is what our imaginations are for. We can see it happening in our mind's eye before it's real. That is a fabulous way to get to the vibration. So even if you don't have a past personal experience of this vibe, or you can't find anyone else to draft off of, you can make it up for yourself in your mind's eye. That's probably the most common way for a conscious creator to do it. But there's another way to do it too, which is find another way to feel it. Like just notice where it's happening in your daily life and spotlight it, like milk it a little bit, revel in it. So, for example, if you were looking to activate the vibration of freedom because that's how you would be feeling when you were experiencing financial abundance, you can find other ways to feel free too. Ooh, like remember the red Ferrari guy? He was the guy that one of my fellow coaches was working with who wanted to actually, his was money related. He wanted to double his income. And she asked, why do you want to double your income? And he said, oh, because he wanted a red Ferrari. And she said, why do you want a red Ferrari? And she kept asking why to every answer that he gave until it boiled down to freedom. That's what this guy was after. So she gave him homework of finding ways to feel free. And he got so creative. He slept naked because that made him feel free. He finger painted with his toddler because that made him feel free. And he stopped wearing underwear to work. Again, that made him feel free. Oh my gosh. And he not only doubled his income, he made his annual income in 1 month. Man, I love that story. I'm actually practicing this one right now. It's not freedom, it's delight, because that's how I would feel when I've got a couple different manifesting projects, and delight is a common denominator in a couple of them. So I actually started a thread at GVU where I report my delight of the day. It just gives me a fun way to be milking it a little, to really be spotlighting that feeling of delight. Like when I was delighted to discover the local deli restored my favorite chocolate mousse dessert recipe. They had changed it for a while and it wasn't any good. I stopped having it, but I tried it again recently and they're back to the original recipe. Woohoo! Or the day I was delighted to be up early enough to catch a stunning sunrise. Or when I was delighted to see an old friend's name light up on caller ID when my phone rang. Easy ways to activate the vibration. So those are my top 4 ways for getting there. It's to recall it or remember a time when I felt it. It's to imagine it. It's to draft it or to spotlight it. Just notice where I'm touching that vibe in other ways in daily life and milk it a little bit. I think of that as RIDS, rids, like it rids myself of my muggle ways. But those aren't the only 4 ways for us to align to what we want. There's so many others. We could meditate on the word. We could script it. We could act as if. We could listen to a guided meditation. We could make a list of reasons to believe or any other manifesting technique. We could do a lot of things to lead the way vibrationally into our desire, but we can't do nothing to change our point of attraction and expect something to happen. That's why having an answer to the very first question tech support is going to ask, what have you been doing to align to this desire, is such an important one. All right, I hope you got some inspiration from this episode. Thanks for listening and happy manifesting.